This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this Friday. That's the plan. Thanks for tuning in. Tito, Bodie Wells, getting Bobby Carpenter on here shortly. Working through some tech issues on that one. We'll get it going here, though. But welcome in on the Thanksgiving Eve, I guess we will call it today. Lots going on. We had the college football playoff rankings last night. We'll react to that. We hear from Ryan Day as well. What else have we got? Oh, obviously, there's a with the rankings being NFL picks, Highness. We'll do that at around 7 o'clock.
You hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us, Bobby?
You got me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. Bobby Carpenter joins you. How's Baltimore, Bob?
It was good, man. I had a good time with it.
Good. We also have Austin Ward will join us. We'll break down CFP with him as well. We'll do all of that. Last night, the Ohio State men got a huge win in college basketball. They played at home against Mount St. Mary's, and the Buckeyes offense was firing on all cylinders. They ended up getting the win in that one. I'm trying to get the final score. I'm not sure you get it right. It's 113-60. Blew them out in that game. So big win for the Buckeyes. Stay undefeated. OSU women play number 21 West Virginia at 1:30 today in the Bahamas. Jackets host Toronto tonight at 7. We talked about the CFP. No big changes in that, but we'll dive more into that in the next segment. And also we'll hear what Ryan Day had to say yesterday at his presser. But right now, though, Bob, let's get together here with a beefy date today in history. We'll do that now.
Let's do it.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Bobby Carpenter, Parts Unknown. Take it away.
It is Wednesday, November 26th, the 330th day of the year, 35 days remaining this 2025. This date's 1789. National Thanksgiving Day is observed after a proclamation by George Washington at the request of Congress. And then 1863, Lincoln proclaims today, 11/26, as Thanksgiving Day, but it is to be celebrated the last Thursday of November. Then in 1942, it is moved to the fourth Thursday in November. This day, 1917, the NHL is formed. You have the Montreal Canadiens, the Montreal Wanderers, the Ottawa Senators, the Quebec Bulldogs, the Toronto Arenas as well. Those were your original, 5 teams. And then in 1942, Casablanca premieres in New York City.
It might be a good idea for you to disappear from Casablanca for a while. There's a Free French garrison over at Brazzaville. I could be induced to arrange a passage.
My letter of transit? I could use a trip. But it doesn't make any difference about our bet. You still owe me 10,000 francs.
And that 10,000 francs should pay our expenses.
Our expenses?
Mm-hmm.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
There we go.
Never saw
one
it.
of the best. Really?
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. Is it all black and white?
That's unfortunate.
Is it a black and white movie?
Yes.
I can't do
Casablanca is a black and white movie.
I need to see colors.
Oh, good for you, Thitoff. Maybe do some drugs. It'll come to life for you. This date, 1975, Red Sox center fielder Fred Lynn becomes the first rookie to win the AL MVP.
Fred Lynn didn't win the series, but he did win his first of 4 Gold Gloves, and he became the first in history to win the Rookie of the Year award and the league's most valuable player.
Rookie of the Year was I don't remember getting a phone call. I think I just read about it. MVP, I was going cross country, going home in a car. Saw it on TV. They couldn't even get hold of me to tell me.
Although his first name on his MVP award is misspelled, there is no second E in Frederick. The award brings family pride.
I knew he was good, but I didn't think he was that good. I still can't believe it to this day. I still can't believe it.
Bobby, I follow Fred Lynn on Twitter, and he followed me back at some point. Yeah, on Twitter. I follow Fred Lynn. And he followed me.
He's got a Twitter handle.
He followed me back, and I've asked him to be on the show a couple of times, like when we get into baseball. So just like in the summer, like in April, whatever. When things starting slow and baseball starting up, I thought, having a player of his stature, former player of his stature, on the show, and he's always got some reason he politely declined. So I think I don't think he's going to actually show up, but I did try, Bob.
You did try. Well, good for you. I appreciate that. That's it's a solid effort, Thitoff. Solid effort.
That's what the show needs, is more like baseball players in their 70s on our show talking baseball, right? Yeah.
Well, that would have made Shark happy. I don't know if it would have made Bodie happy as much. I got this echo, though, in my head, and I'm about to go crazy with it. So we'll figure this thing out. This date, 1994, All Big Glove by Boys to Men hit #1 for the 14th straight week.
I will do anything, girl, you need only ask. I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight.
Banger at all my middle school dances. Thitoff. Remember that. It was huge. This date, 1995. Dan Marino sets an NFL touchdown passing record with his 343rd touchdown pass.
No sound on that one, Bob. Yeah, sorry.
That's unfortunate.
On YouTube, the passing yards record that Marino broke was on there, but no touchdowns on that one there, unfortunately.
I mean, the touchdown's a little bit easier, you think. There's one of those.
Play.
I mean, there's a lot of yards. And then this day, 2000, George Bush is certified the winner of Florida after, almost about a month, getting all of their electoral votes and thus the presidency in 2000.
The certified result in the presidential race in Florida is as follows. Governor George W. Bush, 2,912,790. Vice President Al Gore, 2,912,253. Accordingly, on behalf of the State Elections Canvassing Commission and in accordance with the laws of the state of Florida, I hereby declare Governor George W. Bush the winner of Florida's 25 electoral votes for the President of the United States.
There we go. Some birthdays today. 1876, Willis Carrier, who invented air conditioning. Thank you to him. Don't need it today, but probably in the winter. This date, 1922, Mr. Charles M. Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, was born.
Charlie Brown, oh Charlie Brown. I can't believe it. She must think I'm the most stupid person alive. Come on, Charlie Brown. I'll hold the ball and you kick it. Hold it? Ha! You'll pull it away and I'll land flat on my back and kill myself. But Charlie Brown, it's Thanksgiving. What's that got to do with anything? Well, one of the greatest traditions we have is the Thanksgiving Day football game. And the biggest, most important tradition of all is the kicking off of the football.
And Thitoff, do you know what happened?
I'm gonna guess that that she pulled the ball away and fell on his back, and then probably said, "Good grief."
Good grief.
Yes.
Good for you, Thitoff.
Thank you. I know my Charlie Brown. Can't tell you the presidents, but yeah.
Well, that's good. I don't think there's any presidents on here today for you. Thitoff, we're gonna give you the day off.
Thanksgiving, perfect.
However, the man with 1,000 voices, Mr. Rich Little, turns 87 today.
I was very religious. I prayed every night to Howard. Don't you know the scriptures?
I thought I did.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I must say that Rich Little does the best impression of me than anybody. As a matter of fact, he is so good, I put in my will, when I die, they should bury him.
He did a great Johnny Carson. I think he was the favorite of Carson's of Johnny Carson's people that impersonated him. And I just realized this when I did a little research. In 1992, he did a really good Richard Nixon. But NPR had something where Little went on the show, on the radio there, and as Richard Nixon, and announced his candidacy for president for the 1992 presidential election.
1992?
Yeah. And he said his slogan was, I didn't do anything wrong, and I won't do it again.
I didn't do anything wrong, and I won't
That's
do
great.
it again. That's amazing.
He had a great Richard Nixon. Yeah, he had a great Richard Nixon imitation.
Well, his Reagan right there was spot on.
Yeah.
So give him a lot of props. Give him a lot of credit. Did you know who he was prior to researching him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I knew who he was. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I had no idea. I told Bodie, I go, this guy's supposed to be pretty famous. 10,000 or 1,000 voices or whatever.
Right. He's a
great job.
Yeah, he's like the Frank Caliendo of non-sports.
There we go. I like it. And probably also about 25, 30 years earlier.
Yes.
Born on this date, 1939. Unfortunately lost her a couple years back. Miss Tina Turner. There we go. Turning 81 today, Mr. Terrell, who replaced Diana Ross in the Supremes. How about that? 1946. Lost him about 5 or maybe longer than that. Art Shell, former Raiders coach, Hall of Fame offensive lineman. Harry Carson, former New York Giants Hall of Fame linebacker, turning 72. Harold Reynolds, the longtime MLB, ESPN, commentator, turning 65.
There's two things about him.
And then,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, so Harold Reynolds, he was the one who was thrown out by Bo Jackson at home in a play where he should have scored easily. I can't remember exactly how the play transpired, but Bo Jackson, in his rookie year, though, made a great throw from center field, and Harold Reynolds looked up after he was called out and couldn't believe that throw would come from Bo Jackson. And the other one was Ricky Anderson had a long string of 9 years in a row. He led the 9 years. He'd led the AL in the stolen bases, except for 1 year when Harold Reynolds did it. And Ricky always gave him grief about that, saying, if I would have known you were going to steal that, I would have stolen more. But that was the 1 year in a big stretch where Henderson did not lead the league in stolen bases.
Okay, there you go. Two great little nuggets to put off. Turning 56 today, Cavs legend Sean Kemp.
To the baseline, slapped away from behind. Ricky goes back to get it, fires it cross court. Kemp's got it right up into the alley. Power slam, tomahawk jam, yeah, baby, into Lister's face, and the Sonics take the lead, 48-47.
Now Kemp going to the hoop. Wow, now that is attacking the basket. That's just what I'm talking about with Sean Kemp.
Kemp keeps the ball alive. Poked away by F. Out ahead to Kemp. Kemp will run across midcourt. Dribbles by Johnson to the gut. A thundering overhead slam. What a play! Holy cow!
He and Dominique Wilkins are two of the most powerful forward dunkers I've ever seen.
Yeah, they were very explosive. Dominique Wilkins maintained that mostly through his career. Sean Kemp chose to live more lifestyle like you, Thitoff.
I appreciate that.
In turn, look a little more like you.
He, yes, he certainly he preferred buffets and babies.
That's good. Yes. You guys on that Venn diagram are maybe play. But I love that Bodie pulled some Celtics Sean Kemp out of there too. Why not?
Right.
Also another team he is wildly known for. And then turning 43 today, the rest is still unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield. Oh, there we go. A little banger by her. Some holidays and services today. Bo calls this the original First Friday. Some people call it Drinksgiving. And the holidays observance is called Blackout Wednesday. So really get after it today. We know what it's all about. For Charlie Brown, it's Good Grief Day. Why not? How about that there for you, Thitoff? National Cake Day as well. Lean into that. National Jukebox Day, which is always the day before Thanksgiving. I mean, if you're really angry, maybe today could be Spice-giving for you. No need to give thanks, Thitoff. Give some spite.
Yep.
Instead. Taiwan On Day, which is always the day before Thanksgiving, so folks getting after it again.
I think it's always the 234 days before Thanksgiving when it's Taiwan On Day. But go ahead. That's a different subject.
Absolutely. It's like Columbus Day. It's different than St. Patrick's Day. Those are different days altogether, Les Miles. If you like to explore new worlds, that's Columbus Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays and services for this November 26th, the 330th day of the year, and 35 days remaining in this 2025.
What are we doing with 35, bro? We got we have an athlete who wore 35.
How about Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant, there we go.
I don't even know if he still wears 35 for Houston.
I don't know
I think
if
he might
either.
be 7, but he
yeah,
was
I'm
35
not sure.
at one
35,
point.
though, yes. Is what we'll go with that one. Then it's Kevin Durant days left in the year. By the way, we are Morning Juice, 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, and HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Hear a replay of the show on the Fan 2, 1460 a.m. from 1 to 3 p.m. Also catch us live on Facebook and Twitter. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. Coming up next, we will talk about the college football playoff rankings and hear what Ryan Day had to say in his press conference leading into this game with that team up north. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, does this sound like you where every step or reach is a reminder that it hurts? The pain is there, a reminder of what you're not able to do, how far you've drifted from that life you used to have and love where you didn't have the pain. Listen, if this is you, if this is a family member, you need to talk to them about it. You need to do what I did and go to QC Kinetics. They've got the answers for you, the relief without the scalpel, without the surgery. At QC Kinetics, they tap into your body's own regenerative power. The damaged tissue, it can be healed by itself. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story. The very cells in your body can help you get healed with no surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just remembering how to move and feel alive again so you can golf, hike, do all the stuff you love to do. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus, so be sure to check them out at 380-208-4544.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turns, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Brody. It's a Brody Wednesday. Normally it's a Brody Thursday. A little thing called Thanksgiving gets in the way of that. We won't have a show tomorrow, but don't worry, folks. We don't want you to miss out on a Brody Thursday that involves also your Highness. So we'll make sure we get him in there as well. The CFP rankings came out late last night. I think late last night's the way to put it, Bobby. Bodie and I both participated in the fans the fans YouTube show with we react to the rankings, and we get in there, and we were told start around 7 o'clock. Should last about 30 to 60 minutes for us to do the show. And we log in.
The rankings didn't come out till 7:49, so
Right.
that was probably part of the problem.
No, it's what. Yeah, so we were watching. So we log in and everything. We start the show, and then we look up, and Bodie says, "Hey, USC game's got 9 minutes left in it, leading into this USC Seton Hall game." So yes, we started very late. But anyway, the rankings did come out. Not really any surprises, I don't think. I mean, there's nothing that really jumped out at me as I can't believe that happened. Ohio State was 1, Indiana 2, A&M 3, Georgia 4, Texas Tech 5. We saw that. Oregon jumped ahead of Ole Miss. Oregon 6, Ole Miss 7. Oklahoma's at 8 now. Brody's Irish. I should say Steve.
Were you surprised that Oregon jumped ahead of Ole Miss?
I'm not surprised by it. And Ole Miss was off, and so, it's all going to work itself out anyway. I think that if you had it the other way, if you kept Ole Miss where they were in Oregon, I wouldn't have a problem with it either. I don't think it's egregious enough to question, if that makes sense. Were you surprised?
Well, I think people were wondering because Oregon had been hanging out towards the back, and they really hadn't been viewed as having a quality win. And then USC kind of came in, I guess, they lost and only dropped 2 spots. So last time I was on XM, I said, well, that's them telling you that they value Oregon now, and that's a quality win because they lost a game on the road by multiple scores in a game that Oregon kind of controlled, I would say, for the most part. Didn't dominate, stretched it a little at the end, but with that comes a flip, and that's fairly significant because you go from playing I guess you're playing Alabama right there, as opposed, they'll be playing the ACC champ.
That's what it looked like, yes.
Which is far different than playing Alabama.
Yes.
So being 4-5 is big, but then being 6-7, I would say, is almost just as big, given the fact that 3 and 4 or 5 and 6 will be playing the Group of 5 champ and the ACC champ. Your next 2 teams up are Alabama and Notre Dame, who are significantly better.
Yes, and so you look at the bracket and whatnot. Look, everything will work itself out. This is all for TV. It's all for ratings. It's all for talking points. But this weekend. There's Miami is sitting out there. They were at 12, and so they could be the ACC champ. There's not a great chance of the ACC champ, and I don't think
there is a terrible chance.
Yeah, it's 14% they even go to the ACC championship game. So, but
they need so much to happen. It's not even. I don't even mean the percentages. You need a lot of teams to lose. They need teams to win that are big time underdogs. They're not getting there. So.
Then Miami needs a couple things to happen ahead of them that would give them a shot at getting in. But I think they're a long shot right now. And the big debate with Miami is they've got the same number of losses as Notre Dame, but they're Notre Dame is 9, Miami is 12. Miami doesn't have, I hate saying great losses. They don't have great losses, whereas Notre Dame's losses are to A&M, who's undefeated there at 3, and Miami, who's sitting there at 12. So. I don't know, Bob, how you would rank it, how you would look at it. How important is the head-to-head between Notre Dame and Miami? And do you think that it's being undervalued by the committee?
Let me ask you this. Who do you think's a better football team today?
I think Notre Dame's a better football team today. I do.
then that's the answer. If I have to listen to these people tell me, and they're like, well, the head-to-head should matter, I go, if they played last week, I think it matters. They played first couple weeks of the season.
Right.
And Miami hasn't looked good. Now, they looked better last week, but it's been a minute since they've looked like a national championship caliber team. And so, people want to get upset about this and complain and, shake their fists at the sky. I'm like, well, if you just would have taken care of your business and not lost games to, average teams.
Right.
Not bad, but like average teams. And by the way, there are times where you really didn't look all that good, even in some of your wins, where as Notre Dame, and we can argue who they're playing and what they look like, and as USC, their only great win, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, they smoked Pitt last week or 2 weeks ago. They smoked Syracuse last week. Like, they look like a good football team. Like, they look like one of the best 10 teams in college football, bar none. And people are like, the results on the field should matter. I'm like, they do. And that's why I'm not just taking one result on the field from 10 weeks ago. I'm going to look at all the results I've seen over the last 10 weeks and tell you where teams are trending and how they look.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's interesting about it, Bob, is when you start to decipher this, and I don't like going to the better losses or good loss or bad loss and all that kind of stuff. But there are the two games that could really turn things on its head are Michigan, Ohio State, and Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, I fully expect Ohio State to win this game, obviously, and we'll talk, like I say, we've been talking about that all week long. But if Texas beats Texas A&M...
Oh, is that what we've been talking about?
A little bit, that and some baseball stuff. But anyway, but if Texas somehow knocks off Texas A&M, that could really screw things up for a lot of teams.
Well, I think if Georgia Tech knocks off Georgia, that would be interesting, too, to see how far Georgia will slide. And, they will probably still be both on their way to the CFP. So it's a very, very interesting process that would be looking right there, because you'd have Georgia then in the SEC championship. Still, even though they pick up another non-conference loss, the A&M Texas thing, I think it turns things on its head. I don't anticipate Texas winning that.
No.
But it's a 2.5-point spread. Like, Vegas is saying the quiet part out loud. They think A&M's undefeated and everybody thinks they're good, but if you're putting them on a neutral field against another quality team, all of a sudden they don't look as good anymore. And so, yeah, that's another big piece of it.
Who do you think has a better chance of winning? Texas against A&M or Georgia Tech against Georgia?
Ooh, I would have said Georgia Tech versus Georgia, but after how they looked last week, their defense isn't very good. They put so much on Haynes King. I think Kirby Smart's going to find a way to slow him down. I would say Texas now. Heading into this a couple weeks ago, I would have said Georgia Tech, but that's kind of changed for me.
Texas is they're starting to grow on me a little bit. They're getting better. They're playing better football at the right time. But I was looking at this, so Bob, look at the bracket. And I know, look, it's not going to be the same because stuff's going to change this weekend. But if you gave me a Notre Dame at Oklahoma first-round game with the winner playing Ohio State, sign me up for that.
That would be a great game, very compelling to play, although I don't know if Ohio State would want to play Notre Dame. They're playing as well as anyone right now. One of the other great matchups, which isn't going to happen because Miami isn't going to win the ACC, so them getting in would have to be an at-large, and I can't imagine how that would ultimately look. But Miami and Mario Cristobal heading back to Oregon would be terrific theater. With how he left there, went down to Miami, I don't think anybody believed, if you're at Oregon with all the resources they have and everything they got going for them, that you would ever lose a coach like that. And the fact that Mario Cristobal then went down there and he struggled, and they've had some bad losses. Some of the same things that happened at Oregon happened down there at Miami. So I would love to see that. I would love to see how Autzen, we'll say, embraces him if he were to return with Miami. It's just that stinks that's going to be probably more of a hypothetical matchup than one that actually exists in the realm of reality.
Ryan Day spoke yesterday, and he talked about how much he looks forward to this week.
Well, I think that goes back to what we talked about, the whole idea of chopping wood and carrying water, and knowing that you just can't hustle to the Saturday after Thanksgiving. You got to play through the year, and there's a lot that goes with it. It's a building process and a foundation. We're finally here, so this is the best part of it. We've been waiting a long time to get back to this week.
It's interesting to hear you say that. Not that I expect him not to say he looks forward to it, because it is certainly a challenge, though, Bob, this year to try to break this losing cycle in the game against Michigan. And I got to believe, as much as he wants to win one in front of the home fans, if Ohio State gets this win on the road in Ann Arbor, that's got to be almost a sweeter feeling, I think. Don't you think?
Winning up there is amazing. It's 110,000 people going ghostly silent there right in front of you as you walk off. With everything that they've gone through, all the ups, all the downs, all the highs and all the lows, there will be a certain sweetness to this, I think, if you're able to get it done. And I fully anticipate them getting it done and being able to get a win up there. But winning up there would be great. At home, I think it would be tremendous as well. But just with everything that's happened, leaning into this, going up there on the road, and finding a way to get a W, I think that would be a pretty special one for Ryan.
I asked Schleggs this yesterday, and I didn't phrase the question right, and he fixed me on it. He corrected me.
Good. Yeah, how did you ask the question, and then how did he correct you?
It happened 24 hours ago, Bob. I don't know how I phrased it, but what I was trying to get at was, is it a sweeter feeling to win on the road in Ann Arbor than to win at Ohio State against Michigan? Which one is a sweeter feeling for you as a player?
How did you ask it, Thitoff?
I asked him. Okay, this is it. I'll paraphrase it here.
I don't remember either, to be honest.
Thank you. Then I can say whatever I want. But Bob, the way I kind of presented it to him was, do you enjoy playing against Michigan up there more than you enjoy playing against Michigan down here?
Yeah, that's not a bad way to ask it.
I didn't think so. Schleggs was working out. I think he had not a lot of action going to his head. It's okay. He's Schleggs.
Yeah, he does like that oxygen deprivation stuff, kind of similar to the autoerotic asphyxiation. So I could see him maybe not being like fully cognizant when he's talking to you and thinking. I don't know. It's like, who's your favorite kid? Like, that's
Arthur.
Literally the best way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Artie's my favorite kid. I thought you were asking me. You were a hypothetical question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I would have to. We won up there in 2005, and it was really special. And maybe it's because of how we won the game and everything else. We won 2 times at home, and those both meant a lot as well.
Right.
I don't know. I guess in 2005 it was my last one, so that was such a big deal. And also, we were there, and a former teammate of mine, TJ Downing, who played at Canton Glen Oak, his dad played at Michigan, was offensive lineman. They were honoring, I think, their probably the 20th anniversary of their Big Ten championship team.
Right.
And I watched Walt Downing walk out there in between the first and second quarter. And TJ's like, he told us, he's like, watch this, dude. My dad is gonna do something sweet. And they're introducing like the whole deal. And they're all in a line, they're all waving. And then TJ's dad steps forward, who has his Michigan Letterman coat on, and in like full Ric Flair WWE fashion, like rips open the buttons and takes his coat off and has his son TJ's Ohio State jersey on, on the middle of the field, and everybody starts booing. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
That's outstanding. I know that, Bob, that's kind of it's a blanket question, but it requires specific, like Ohio State fans this year, and who was it? JLP, I think, wrote in the chat. After 4 straight losses, Ohio State would a win anywhere would be fun for Ohio State over Michigan. And if you're playing in 2005 and it's your last time playing it, that might be a sweeter win than 4 or 3 or whatever. Yeah, I know there weren't all, but anyway, it kind of depends on the circumstance as well. But I just got to believe. I want to believe that players enjoy winning and shutting up those 110,000 more than a win in the shoe against Michigan.
Well, the only thing that sucks, and that's you're right, it's awesome. You walk out of there. The only thing that stinks is then you've got to shower up, and it takes like it's a noon game, so it's nice. But let's say it gets over 3:30-ish, 4:35. Like, you're not getting home till like 7:30 that night. And that stinks because I want to get back down. I want to get out of there. I want to watch some games and get down to some steady drinking at that point. Like that, these guys don't do that, and they still have the Big Ten championship. We didn't have any of those things.
Right.
And so, like, we were drinking in the locker room after the game.
Be careful, Bob. Don't vacate losses. Be careful.
That was a win. So,
I know.
we're not vacating that.
I just don't.
How is that against any rules?
I don't, Bob. I don't know the rules.
The Geneva Convention.
It might be, Bob. I don't know. Look, I know the NCAA did some weird stuff with people selling their own property or trading it in for tattoos. I know the NCAA has these weird things. I just want to make sure, Bob, I'm not on the air and ever when something gets played out then and says Ohio State now is vacating every win in the Trestle era.
What's amazing? Do you think if you're in Nevada? And you said you can't sell your own property, but let's say you're selling yourself under the guise of being your college athlete. Are you allowed to sell your own person if it's legal in that state?
I think so,
Bob.
I
don't know. I mean, that's an extra benefit. You would be able to do something that other students wouldn't be able to do. Like, could you wear your jersey when you're proposing that indecently to other folks?
Okay, how about this, Bob? We'll take it one step further. What if I...
Oh, really?
No, listen. I don't mean further that way.
How is there a further step than that?
Right, no, let's take one step sideways then.
Bringing a hamster or a gerbil?
With tattoos. A side nugget. Let's say I paid for a tattoo with my own money. Okay? I used my own money to pay for a tattoo. Then I realized they spelled Heather wrong on the small of my back. They forgot the A. So now I have to get it removed.
But you really can't see it, so it's not that big of a deal.
It's more exposed than you think, Bob. Try staying behind me in the grocery store line. You'll see a lot of the small on my back. But anyway, Bob, if I then took my gold pants and sold them in exchange for getting the tattoo removed that I paid for with my own money, would that be an NCAA violation back then?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, whether you're getting the tattoo or getting it removed, whether you got the gerbil for it or the gerbil extraction was used with that as the bartering tool. Like it doesn't matter. At least that's how I'm viewing it.
And Bob, don't think it's not lost on me. Look, you might be down in Portsmouth. I'm not sure. And if you tell me you are, I'm not going to say I believe you. But I asked you.
I'm actually at the Woody Hayes.
Are you at the Woody today? Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the background.
Okay, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm in the hallway. Look at AJ behind me.
It would not surprise me. I was going to make a joke there
about James. Yeah,
I was going to make a joke about AJ being behind you. I'm not going to do it, Bob, because I'm too classy for that. I figured you have that background wherever you are when you're not here. But you're not in studio Friday, right?
No, I'm going to be in Portsmouth again.
So you've creatively dodged bringing a pair of your gold pants in for me to see.
Yeah, I knew that when you asked yesterday or Monday that wasn't going to be the case. Like that was the last time you were seeing me that week. I've got 2 pairs at my parents' house. Will I be able to get a pair of them prior to Richard Pryor before the game? I don't know. Maybe Terrell Pryor before the game. I'm not sure.
All right. Here's Ryan Day. And
that's my mom. She's the one that's got them. They're up to her.
Hey, don't take this the wrong way, but I got your mom's number. And Ryan Day spoke about how this week is fun being a head coach.
Like I say, fun is kicking ass, and that's what we want to do on Saturday. So we're preparing to do that, and that's it. Like there's nothing funny about this at all. But the fun part is winning. So we'll save the fun for being in the locker room and celebrating after the game. But the preparation is like that's what you love. You love the competitive part of this and everything that comes with it. And our guys came in Sunday, came in here yesterday, got work on their own, and even guys in the building today. I mean, they got a good bounce in their step, and they look forward to this week. When Ohio State wins on Saturday, will Ryan Day have a Herb Brooks type moment where he gets away from everybody and just like leans against a wall and does this kind of thing? And
people don't forget about this. This wouldn't be his first victory over Michigan.
Right, no, it wouldn't be.
He's won one before.
Yep.
He won his first Michigan battle. And ironically, I would have to say this. He would have to be the first coach that his first 2 wins were both on the road. Because 2019 was up there on the road as well. I don't think another coach that would have had their first 2 wins would have been on the road, because usually you're winning the home one in there. So that would be a very unique element of it as well. So I don't think he walks away from it, but I do think that especially he seems much looser this year than in the last couple of years. You hear him at the press conference talking about it like he's being himself. So for everybody who's like panic, who has like needs some sort of stress dog right now, a service animal when they're walking around this week. And like seriously, like I'm telling you, I feel like the service animal situation is like gone up exponentially probably in the state of Ohio and in Columbus. But yeah, you need a service animal to help get his stuff right. Maybe not. I don't know. But he seems like a guy that is in a good spot right now. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin, they've got the right tools for the job. They understand the business climate here and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well done as always, General. Coming up, we are going to do more of those Buckeye, Michigan memories. We will hear from Rex Kern next. Also do some quick hitters. We will do that. Morning Juice.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
So, Bob, I am not that well-versed on the ins and outs and the layout of the Woody there. You say you're in a hallway. like, are there players that will walk by you? Or is this like a back hallway?
Well, this is the main hallway where they have all of the trophies right there. So over my left shoulder, we got AJ and his Lombardi. I think James is the lot in the middle, and then to my right is Chase Young with his Nagurski.
But like while we're talking, will there be a player that'll walk near you heading in or out of facility?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's a main hallway. I thought if it was a joke. I'm not there. Someone once asked me that. They're like, are you actually in the Woody? I'm like, you think that I'm doing this show from the hallway, like the main hallway that is with the coaches' offices and everything else around me? No, I got a great backdrop made of one of my favorite parts of the trophy room. I was thinking last night as I was setting this up at about, 11:45, so I wouldn't have to do it this morning. I was like, maybe I should go in there and get another picture, like in another spot of, maybe like the Bolitnikoff or something else, and get, Marvin there and some other guys. I liked it when it was Terry better because it just made me feel better. But maybe go find, another place, or maybe get a picture of like the Heisman's behind me or something. Like, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe get another backdrop that I can rotate that I'll have to keep it spicy and keep it sexy for you.
Okay, so you're not really at the Woody.
No, I'm not the Woody. But it looks like I am.
Bodie laughed like he was in on the joke, too. Like, I really thought when you said because you're a man of honor, you're a man of truth, you're a man of the people, and I really thought you were at the Woody, and I believed it, and now I feel like an idiot.
Well, I mean...
Okay, don't, Bob. All week we've been playing these clips from former Buckeye coaches and players that were coaches. Yeah, we're gonna have Trestle, I think, later on today. But anyway, asking them their memories on what the game means to them, or a specific memory, or things like that. And now we're gonna bring on the one of the sophomore. I think they were called the sophomore sensations.
The Super Softs.
Super Softs. Thank you, Bob. And we're going to hear from Rex Kern, the quarterback of that 1968 team. Hear what he has to say about one of his memories from Ohio State Michigan week.
Hi, Buckeye fans. Rex Kern coming to you. Can't wait for the big game. Hope all the Buckeye fans out there listening or watching will be as excited as I am. I waited 365 days. My teammates and I. Stop it.
This is why we said we weren't going to listen to it, Bobby, beforehand.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Is that the only one that we got?
That's the one I got
is
from
that
Rex.
Real?
That Bobby, that's what I got from Rex. And, I said I wasn't going to.
God bless him.
We said we were going to listen to it until we heard it live on the air, and that's what happens.
He said stop it. He said stop losing to Michigan.
I think that's what he said, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will tell you this.
Old people, while dangerous behind the wheel, still can serve a purpose.
I'm gonna read to you what he said. My senior
I love Rex, by the way.
Rex
is my uncle. Rex and my uncle played together in Lancaster. It's crazy to think. He's got to be, 76 now?
He's 76 years old, Bob. You nailed it.
Yeah, well, I just did the math because he's about 6-7 years before my dad graduating. So I was like, my dad's 70, so that makes pretty good sense. That is wild to think that group of sophomores is that old. I mean, heck, Jack Tatum's, he was in that class, and he's not even with us anymore.
This is what Rex Kern said.
Society.
As a society. My senior year, we waited 365 days until we played them. This because they lost in 69 in Bo's first year in a huge upset, 24-12, I think was the final in that one up in Ann Arbor. Campus students were so fired up that early in the week, they found out where we lived, and on Monday they started coming to our dorms, fraternity houses to cheer us on. Crowds became so great, Woody found out what was going on. So he took our team off campus, stayed at the Fawcett Center on Thursday night. Why Thursday? Woody felt that was your best night of sleep before game. So we're at the Fawcett Center Thursday night. It's like 9 o'clock and our guys are hungry. So our captains went to Woody and asked if he could get us something to eat. Old man said, damn it, I should have known. So he calls one of the managers, Larry Romanoff, and says, we got to get the players some food.
That's so great.
Well, luck was on our side because there was McDonald's a block down from where we were. Larry goes in, says to the owner of McDonald's, hey, I need 100 Big Macs, 100 fries, 100 drinks. And Woody says, make it fast. My team needs to get a good night's sleep.
So they got the food.
They went in there and said, I need it fast because Woody wants these guys in bed. So I don't think many times now.
I wonder if that was the McDonald's up on Ackerman, if that was a thing then. I have no idea what campus looked like.
Right.
55 years ago now.
Yeah.
But that would be a McDonald's that would be about a mile away that's still there today. So I'm curious if that was the one.
I bet it's the one, Bob. You're probably right.
On campus. And I love that he said he wanted to get us off campus, so he took us to the Fawcett Center.
Right.
Which there was no Woody Hayes facility then. So
Right.
the Fawcett Center was probably one of the most furthest north buildings that you would have found. So people probably view that as being off campus now that it's right across from all of the athletic the facilities.
Bob, you not being here yesterday threw everything off in the show because I actually accidentally played What's Got You Juiced right now. And I was corrected quickly, had to fix it and play quick hitters. Let's do probably just a quick hitter today.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
He's Bodie Wells.
All right, Wednesday. All right, fellas. Happy
It's your
Wednesday.
Friday.
It is
your Friday.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Looking forward to Thanksgiving tomorrow and then a little Black Friday action on Friday. Guys, tomorrow night, the Bengals, they go on the road and visit the Baltimore Ravens. And guess who's back under center for Cincinnati? That'd be Joe Burrow, the superstar quarterback. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor told the media on Monday, quote, I anticipate him playing, but we'll continue to work through the week. And then Joe confirmed the news yesterday that he will be back in the lineup about a little more than 2 months after suffering that turf toe injury and then undergoing surgery there. Since getting off to the 2-0 start, finally got off to a strong start there. The Bengals, they've lost 8 of their last 9 games. In the last three of the last 4 losses, all by less than a touchdown. So they kind of had a chance to stay in the thick of things. They've fallen out a little bit. Carp, the Bengals, they're 3 games back in the division with just 6 games left to play. They do play the Ravens twice, so they have a chance to make up ground on them. And then their other 4 games are against, it's a pretty gettable slate, the Bills, Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns. Is there any hope for Cincinnati with Burrow back in the lineup here?
What's amazing is that the Ravens are in the division lead right now. And, I mean, basically, Bodie, you're talking about them probably running the table. They're 2-7, so they would have to win 8 straight games to get to 10. Now, with that would be 2 victories over Baltimore. You'd have the tiebreaker, so maybe 9 wins gets you there, 9-8. That's a gross conference champ, but I think it's something that's still out there that's possible. Can they do it? Yeah. Is it probable? Probably not, because Joe Flacco is not a terrible quarterback, but they had some of the same issues. Are we sure that Joe Burrow is not going to get killed back there behind the current offensive line? How did he get there in the first place, Bodes? There's a good chance that might happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it, Bob, and you and I, we go round and round on this. I'm telling you, don't play
a record, baby. Right,
yes,
round,
that's what we do. Round. Yeah, Bob, I don't think it's realistic for them to make the playoffs. I wouldn't play him, but I know your football player guy says if you're healthy, you get out there and play.
What if he says I'm playing?
What if he says I'm playing?
If he says I'm playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he says
take your gear off.
I think, Bob, that and maybe this has happened. Okay, maybe all this has happened. Maybe Burrow.
What if he goes into the press conference and says, "I'm playing this week. I'm ready to go"? What's Zach Taylor going to say? No, he's not. What's the doctor say? Well, he's medically cleared. Sit down.
What I'm saying is that
for quitters.
It's I would hope that privately, Burrow talked to Taylor and. I don't know, the medical team, whatever, and they had a mature adult conversation about should I play? Can I play? I want to play. I'm healthy enough. Whatever. All those things. I hope they were all discussed privately so it would not come out publicly. I'm just saying organizationally, I'm not sure if it makes sense to roll them out there against Baltimore.
It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense because the odds of them winning the division are so slim. And okay, let's say for argument's sake they do win the division. I mean, are they beating a team like Denver? You put that Denver pass rush out there against Joe Burrow, and it might as well be like dumping him in a piranha pit. Like, he's just going to get shredded.
Yeah.
They might just cut his foot right off. That'd be the best way to save it.
Yeah, Bob, I'm with you. It's like and I know you got to look at.
Yeah, but if they make the playoffs, like then it works. Like, you had to play them.
They get smoked.
I know.
They get smoked in the first round.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to do if they get to the playoffs? Just sit them then? Like, come on, man. If you're in there, then look, I get it. If they get, I mean, I don't know how things would line up there, but watching the Texans nearly decapitate Josh Allen, whatever that was, I think that was last Thursday night. I can't imagine Burrow back there in that situation. But I mean, I get what you're saying, but what are they supposed to do? Just roll over if they even do make the postseason? All this probably is not happening, let's be honest. But if he's healthy and he wants to play, I think he owes it to himself, and he clearly wants to play.
I wouldn't be any more surprised if I woke up with my head sewn to the carpet.
I get you anything? Something to eat, some more eggnog?
If they
drive you out to the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead?
if they make a run to where they're playing meaningful games in weeks 17 and 18, then you could say, you know what? That was a smart move. But if something happens to Burrow and all of a sudden the start of next season's in jeopardy for whatever reason, Bob, it's going to look really bad on them for doing that.
But what if they win a couple games along the way?
I know, Bob.
Just to get you excited.
What if they win them all?
But, Bob, wait. Winning a couple games is bad. No, seriously, making the playoffs is great. Anything short of that is bad because you jeopardize the ability to blow a first-round pick on a position you probably didn't need.
Yeah, the position they need is offensive line. The problem is, I trust them drafting about as much as I trust my kid with an AK, for heaven's sake. Like, you can give them all the ammunition in the world. Like, you have no idea what you're doing. I mean, they stumbled into some of those things, but I'm with you off the draft positioning. You play him. Here's the thing. If he survives the game against Baltimore, maybe I'll let him keep playing out there. That offensive line is so bad that if you keep trotting him out, it almost seems like a matter of time we'll get hurt again. And because we know while he might be cleared to play, he's probably not as athletic as he used to be. So his ability to avoid the rush and scramble is not going to be on high alert.
What I'm going to be looking for, Bob, what I want to see have happen is them do a Jamar Chase comes in motion without spitting, takes a pitch, and then Burrow flares out to the other side and catches a pass. They try to let him run it in and see what happens. Yes, I would love to see them try that and then see if Burrow gets clipped or not and see what happens after that. But that would be so Bengals to do something like that. And when they do it, they're probably down 27-7 late in the third quarter. And so it's not going to matter anyway. But I feel like that's something the Bengals could do. I just don't want I don't want to see Burrow get hurt. I don't want to see that. I don't know, Bob. It's just and I know you can't play to not get hurt because then you do get hurt.
Is there any chance? So they go to Baltimore tomorrow night. Right. 10 days later they go to Buffalo. If they drop those two games and maybe he struggles, is there any chance that maybe you just
then do you put him down?
Yeah, you just shut him back down at that point.
I think
that's the problem. I was going to say that, but you look at that, then I mean.
But what if they win?
Then you're really just saying we're giving up on our season.
Maybe shut everybody. Chase, you're sitting. Higgins, you're good.
They already traded Logan Wilson, for heaven's sake. They kind of given up already.
Cowboys are 2-0 with Logan Wilson, Bob.
I know they are. Listen, they're playoff bound.
Yeah, Bob, by the way, just a couple things. This new Brody. It's a lot different than the Brody of a month and a half ago. This guy, the last 6 weeks, he hasn't wiped a smile off his face. He's not sleeping and doesn't care. He's just he's over here just walking. He's strutting.
Living in the Hall of Fame.
He's strutting is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Bob. If they all of a sudden say they do lose those two, then what I would do if I'm the Bengals, I call Tanya Harding and say, "Do you know a guy?" Because we don't want Burrow playing again for a while. At least until February, get him back out there. We don't need him to be seriously injured, but if you can do something to make it not conducive for him to be on the field for the rest of the season, that'd be great. I think that's the play I would do. Yeah. Whoever the Browns hired yes, whoever the Browns hired to hurt Watson's Achilles a second time, same kind of thing on that one. whatever guy they got. Just it's got to be an Ohio guy. It's got to be a local guy, I would think. Anyway, coming up next, top of the hour, folks. It's a Brody Wednesday. It's a Highness Wednesday. What are we thankful for? We are thankful for Highness. We'll do our NFL picks. All that's next. Morning Juice.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby, Tito, Brody. It's a Brody Wednesday. It's a special moment here. And we, hell with this. Brody, we can do what we want to do, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we bring your Highness on right now? Let's go ahead and bring him in. And let's have him on for the whole segment, and we'll just let your Highness do what he wants to do. But here's no, wait, no. Hang on.
Oh, buddy, that was a mistake.
Let me play the open first.
Morning Juice presents NFL Picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. Tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Bobby's taunting us. Your Highness joins us. WeWinYouWin.com. Hey, you look over his right shoulder, Bob. Does that anger you like it angers me?
Listen, he can do whatever he wants. It's fine. I give him carte blanche until the game at 3:45.
Okay, that's fine. We'll let that roll in. Brody, how did we do last week? I know Jay-Z made his picks as well.
He did, yeah. Jay-Z kind of whooped you guys last week, actually. He went, let's see here, 10-4 last week. Tito and Carp, you guys both went 6-8. So on the season now, Tito, you are 80-94-4. Bobby's 89-85-4. And Jay-Z is 17-10-2.
And your Highness is undefeated because he is your Highness. Your Highness never loses. Even when he loses, he doesn't lose. Let's roll through our picks. And you know what, your Highness? Give us your pick as well. We'll do this. Give us your pick as well in each of these games, and we'll see how you do next week. How about that? We're putting you on the spot.
I don't even know who's playing. All right, let's go.
Okay, do you think, Brody?
I'll rate it. Don't worry about it. 3 pretty good Thanksgiving games tomorrow, guys. We'll start off 1 o'clock. Green Bay's on the road against Detroit. Lions favored by 2.5.
I will take the Lions laying the points in this one. I love the Lions on Thanksgiving, and I think being at home, I think, yes, I'll give the Lions a win. Bobby, what do you think? The 2.5, I'll lay it.
I am going to lay the 2.5 as well. I like the Lions over the Packers.
Your Highness?
Make that 3 in a row. Lions got embarrassed against Green Bay in opening week. I think they've righted the ship. Looking for a big day out of Gibbs. Give me the Lions -2.
All right, we're good next, bro.
All right, come on, boys.
How about them Cowboys?
Kansas City on the road against America's team. Winners of 2 in a row, the Dallas Cowboys. Chiefs, though, favored by 3 in Arlington, Tito.
Oh, God.
Home dog.
Home dog. How dare they? Second week in a row, Bob. Philly was favored, too, last week.
Gosh, hey, you know what? Taking down the Super Bowl champs. Pat Mahomes, get in line. Give me those points, buddy.
God,
Wrong team favorite. Outright upset. Outright upset. Get the money line.
I wish it was 3.5. But, damn it, I'm taking the Cowboys, too. I'll take the Cowboys and take the points. What do you think, Your Highness?
Not so fast. Andy Reid's never missed a good Thanksgiving Day meal. Give me the Chiefs and the 3.5.
All right, tomorrow night, 8:20 kickoff on NBC. Cincinnati and Joe Burrow back in the lineup on the road against the Ravens. Baltimore is favored by 7.
I think that Joe Burrow gets decapitated. That's a side bet, by the way. He's making Vegas, I think, for plus 25,000. I think literally his head does get chopped off, falls off. So give me Baltimore and lay the points, Bob.
Someone told me in the chat that you can get Cincinnati at plus 50,000 Super Bowl odds. So, if you like that, you might just want to lean into this Baltimore game and try to figure it out. But 7's a lot. I feel like it'll be a little closer, but Baltimore's been playing really darn good football right now. I'm going to lay the 7.
Your Highness.
In division game, I expect Burrow to look more like Purdy did the other night, but I think the Bengals will cover 7 and up.
All right, there we go.
All right, Black Friday football, 3 o'clock kickoff on Amazon Friday afternoon. Dub Bears, 8-3. They are on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles favored by 7, though, on this one.
The Bears have got to be the biggest fraud, I think, in the NFL at 8-3 right now. I do not think they're very good. They're trying to lose every week. I cannot believe. Who did they just beat last week?
They beat Pittsburgh, but thanks for bringing it up, Bob. Yep, they beat my Steelers, yeah.
Rudolph and Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right.
That was, of course, you got Rudolph out there running around. They barely beat them at the very end. 7 is a bigger number, but I'm going to lay those points as well.
I think I am too. Bears on the road in Philly. I know he's not a rookie anymore, but Caleb Williams still a young quarterback. And you're right, Bob. They've been lucky to win what they've been winning. I don't think they realize they're not that good yet. But yeah, the fact of leading the NFC North is shocking to me. I will lay the points as well. How about you, Your Highness?
In Philly, I think they boo Santa in Philly. Well, they're going to boo Caleb Williams as well. Give me the Eagles and the points.
All right, on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games here. Jacksonville on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Jaguars favored by 6.5.
Both these teams suck. Jacksonville giving points on the road always scares me. I'm going to take. I'm going to take Tennessee getting the points.
Ooh.
Come on, dude. Tennessee's terrible. Lay the points. Jacksonville's not good, but I'm laying the points.
Inside the division, the AFC South, it's a tough one there in Nash, Vegas. But give me the Titans with the outright upset. But give me the points for this game.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Tito, you said 2.
Cam Ward, baby.
Tito, you said 2 bad teams.
Hit that hash pipe early today, baby.
How about 2 more bad teams here? Atlanta's on the road against the Jets, Jets. But the Falcons, they're favored by 2.5 in the Meadowlands.
And they should be because you've got the inevitable Kirk Cousins out there.
Kirk or Kurt?
I don't care. Either one's fine by me. But I'm going to take Atlanta and lay the points. I think they win the game by a field goal.
I would never want to take the Falcons, but I feel like with Cousins out there, I think they are they're a better team than the Jets. Let's lay the points.
Is Josh Fields quarterback in the Jets?
I think Tyrod Taylor is.
We know Justin Fields isn't, but yeah, Tyrod Taylor's doing it.
Or what? Guys, I'm on 2 hours.
Unless you mess with me. I was thinking to myself, I didn't know. I thought maybe I missed somebody.
Give me Kirk Cousins and the Falcons.
There we go.
All right, next up, the Red Hot Rams are on the road against the Carolina Panthers. One of the biggest spreads of the weekend. LA 10.5-point favorites in this one.
This is a beefy number for a road team.
Yeah.
But Matt Stafford, if he wasn't in the Hall of Fame before, this season's putting him in. He's going to have an MVP trophy to go along with his Super Bowl ring and maybe another Super Bowl ring this year. I would like it better at 9.5 or 10, but I'm still going to lay the points.
The cross country thing always scares me. I think the Rams win, but I think they win by 10, not 10.5. So give me Carolina getting the points on that one. I keep on saying that out loud.
That is a 10 a.m. West Coast kickoff. I know they're playing in Carolina. That's really early in the morning, folks. They're not going to be ready for the game. Give me the Panthers and the 10.5 points.
All right, another banger of a game here. The New Orleans Saints are on the road down in South Beach against the Miami Dolphins. Miami favored by 5.5.
Miami's coming off they're on a 2-game winning streak right now.
Ooh.
They knocked off the Bills and then the Commanders. Now, granted, both of those were at home, but this game's also at home. I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one and lay the points. Tyler Shuck and the Saints offense looks terrible. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's mostly the fact that the Saints are brutal, and the Dolphins, like you said, they've shown some signs of life. Let's lay the 5.5 for Miami.
They're bringing those beats to South Beach. Ladies, show me what you're working about. Who that going to beat the Saints, not the Dolphins? Give me the Saints this week.
You mother shuckers. That's who your Highness likes.
That's right.
Arizona.
Cheese and rice, baby. Cheese and rice.
Arizona's on the road against Tampa Bay. Buccaneers, they've been on a bit of a skid here, but favored by 3 points in this one, Tito.
What I don't like is the fact we're not sure if Baker Mayfield's going to play. I don't think he will.
Put your gear on.
Right, I know, but and if he doesn't, Teddy Two Gloves will be out there, and that's the part that concerns me a little bit. God, Arizona's bad, though. Give me Tampa Bay and lay the points.
Yeah, give me Tampa Bay, lay the points. I have enough faith in Todd Bowles being able to get it done as a head coach. And Teddy Two Gloves isn't bad. He's played a lot of football. They have great weapons around him. They just have to give him some protection. Baker got beat up last game. So hopefully that does not happen again, and I don't think it will against Arizona. So
interesting. Your Highness goes with this one because Todd Bowles is his favorite head coach. What do you got for us there, Your Highness?
But Arizona's the local team. But, yeah, give me the Bulls. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Give me the Bucks, but because of their defense. Not because of the quarterback.
All right, the red-hot Cleveland Browns return home. One win in a row. They host the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran favored by 5 in Cleveland, Carp.
Just imagine if he had a full week of practice, what he would look like. Full off season. He's leaned all into it. Here's the thing. I don't know what he's going to be leaning into this week outside of probably some sacks from San Francisco. They beat Vegas, for heaven's sake, who was terrible. They're not beating San Francisco. This game, if it wasn't for Shedeur Sanders, I feel like it'd be minus 7.5. But if you're going to give me the 5, I'm taking the 5. Or I'm laying the 5.
Yeah, there's only 11 teams in the National Football League have a longer winning streak than the Browns at number 1 right there. I'm going to take San Francisco. All the logic I used on saying about the Rams going cross country and everything, I'm going to throw out the window because it's Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders had a decent game against the Raiders, but the Raiders' defense is not walking through that door. This is San Francisco's defense. Give me the 49ers and lay the points.
Yeah, Shanahan's got a week to prep. Purdy's now back in real-life action. Do not expect the same performance out of Brock Purdy. Give me the Niners to cover the points.
All right, another AFC South matchup here. Texans on the road against the Colts. Indianapolis favored by 4.5.
Ooh, I'm going to take Houston with the points. Their defense is so damn good. Indy's going to win the game, but give me Houston and I'll lay the points.
That's not a bad take by you because I do feel like this is going to be a close one. Is it big enough for it to be a touchdown? Like, that's the question. Got to ask myself.
That's what she said.
It's in Lucas Oil. I'm gonna lay the points. Because I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to.
Your Highness, what do you got?
Indiana Jones and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Give me the Colts and the points.
All right, Minnesota's on the road against Seattle. Seahawks, another big favorite here. Seahawks favored by 10.5.
Gosh, that's robust.
The best news for the Vikings, Bob, is that McCarthy's in concussion protocol.
Can he escape it, though? Can they put him back out there for me? Because I think you're going to need him playing for me to cover the 10.5. Who is their backup right now in Minnesota?
Isn't it
that kid from Minnesota? Not the Vikings, the Golden Gophers, isn't it?
I can't remember who it was. I kept thinking
I
it was
have no idea what his name is. If you said it, I would.
I thought it was a retread from one of the other quarterbacks that was.
Well, Carson Wentz is done for the year.
That's right. Wentz what I was thinking of. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yeah, Wentz is the one I was thinking of. But yes, you're right.
Isn't it like Max Brahmer? Something like that. Okay, Keaton Slovis. He's in the NFL. Good for
I thought
him.
that's who you were thinking of. I don't know. Let me look it up real quick and give me an answer.
It doesn't matter. I mean, is this the revenge game?
Oh yeah, Brosmer.
Max Brosmer. Yep, Max Brosmer.
He went to Minnesota. The Gophers, Golden Gophers.
But is this the revenge game coming back? Or I guess it's in Seattle. I was thinking it was in Minnesota.
Okay.
It's 10.5. It's a revenge. Like lay those points. Minnesota's going to be so bad on offense.
Lay the points. I'm with you. What do you got for us, Your Highness?
Yeah, give me Seattle on the points.
All right, Las Vegas on the road against the LA Chargers. Chargers favored by 9.5 in Southern California, Carp.
I don't think getting rid of Chip Kelly is going to solve their woes. They got a lot of issues there that they're going to have to work through. I normally, like I said, I hate laying these big lines, but the fact that this is under 10, not that it being at home matters, and I don't know if there'll be a ton of Vegas fans that'll be showing up either out in SoFi, but I'm going to lay the 9.5.
I want you to keep in mind that last week the Browns beat the Raiders by 14 points in Vegas. This one is in L.A., and it's only 9.5. I mean, you could have put another 7 points on that spread. I'd still take the Chargers. I'll lay the 9.5.
Yeah, give me the San Diego Chargers.
There we go.
Hold up.
There we go.
All right, Buffalo's on the road against your Steelers, Tito. Buffalo favored by 3.5 in the Steel City.
I will. I'll take the 3.5. I think it'll be a close game. Everything with the Steelers, though, for the rest of the season depends on their defense. You can tell me Aaron Rodgers playing, Aaron Rodgers not playing. It won't change my take on this game because everything is going to be about the Steelers' defense. If they can stop people, they can win. And if they keep it close, if they can't, they're going to get blown out. But I'll take the Steelers showing up at home and getting 3.5.
Is Rodgers up this weekend, or is he still down?
They think he's going to play this weekend. He's trending in the right direction, is what Mike Tomlin said.
That's a horse of a different color then. I would like to take Buffalo in this, but if you're going to give me 3 at home with Pittsburgh, I'm going to take him. I'm going to take those points.
All right. We got
your Highness.
the Steelers. We lost your Highness. He just texted me. He said might have lost internet for a second.
Okay.
So,
all right, let's keep moving.
Keep it rolling here, though. 2 more games. Sunday Night Football. Denver is on the road against the Washington Commanders. Broncos favored by 6.5 on the road, Carp.
Oh, goodness. Lay the points. I mean, Washington, they've been a mess all year. Not that they've cashed it in, but Denver, they're playing for home field advantage in the AFC.
And Jaden Daniels, a la Joe Burrow, said, look, when I'm ready to play, I don't care what the record is, I'm playing. I'm going to play no matter what. I don't think it's going to necessarily impact this week, but Jaden Daniels said he doesn't care about the record. He's going to play. 6.5 is a big number, but boy, Denver's defense is so damn good. They're getting a lot of sacks. They've got a huge lead on the league on the second-place team in sacks by a defense. I will take Denver in this one. I'll lay the points as well.
All right, Monday Night Football, last game. Not a very good one, though. Giants on the road against the Pats. New England favored by 7.5, Tito.
Yeah, the Giants are, by the way, Bob, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the Giants are the only team that's been eliminated from the postseason so far. Every other team is still alive.
Oh.
The Giants end up being the first ones eliminated, and I think New England will show you why. New England at home, I'll lay the 7.5.
Jackson Dart, though, potential Rookie of the Year candidate if he can escape that concussion protocol.
Right.
Maybe Jameis Winston back Player of the Year. Who knows? It's all in play. Can they both win them? That's the real question. 7.5. I don't like the hook on that. That's a lot. But I'm going to lay the points.
So we did lose your Highness there. Technical issues on that. I do want to tell you, though, WeWinUwin.com is where you can go to sign up for the Thanksgiving Day squares. He said it's down close to 15 squares left. He thinks it'll all be filled up by afternoon today. So there is your Highness. I just started talking about your squares and how many you've got, like 18, I think is what you said left. WeWinUwin.com, right on that one, $60 a square, $10 donated, and you expect to get that filled up.
Yeah, it's 16 as of right now. So I think when I sent the email over last night, we were 18. We picked up a couple more. So 16, this will fill up this afternoon. $60, 10 we give to youth baseball. It's just simple. I'll give it real simple. If you ever played squares, it's basically the same thing. There's 3 different games. There's 3 different boards. You pick one square. It's $60, essentially $20 a game. $333 times 12 different chances to win, plus another $300 to guess the total correct score for all 3 games combined. It's a lot of fun. Go ahead.
I'm saying you got a charity involved with the 2, which I love.
Yeah, so the Heather Downs Hurricanes, which is a 12U baseball team out of the Toledo, Ohio area, they're a startup youth baseball team, so they need the money for the tournaments and the clothes. I was going to say clothes, but uniforms, things like that.
I need to know, is Heather Downs one word or 2 words?
So one word. Heather Downs is actually the name of a street in Toledo.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I've first wife, second wife, both named Heather. I want to make sure it wasn't a person named Heather Downs. It was all one word. I appreciate you clarifying that.
Well, I'm not a big fan of heather either. So I grew up playing a lot of golf, and then heather is what they call that long grass on the side. You don't want to end up in some heather. It's a bad time.
Who you telling here? I know that. I know that. Thank you for clarifying that, though. All right, let's talk about the Thanksgiving games. You got a few things lined up you like as far as player props?
Yeah, so let me give you my favorite player prop per game. Hopefully help you fantasy football players, and if you are betting the prop bets. But in the first game, the Packers-Lions, I do like Jamar Gibbs to get 40 or more receiving yards. These are all going to be plus money plays too, folks. So as long as we hit 2 of them, we're doing really well. But he's been picking up receiving targets since Sammy Laporta is out. And if you look at the last game that Green Bay and Detroit played, he had 10 receptions. Now, I don't expect him to get 10 receptions this game, but if he gets 5 or 6, I think we have no problem getting the 40 yards receiving. For game number 2, we have the Kansas City Cowboys game. I like CeeDee Lamb to get 90 or more receiving yards. Reason why, I think Pickens is questionable last time I checked. Lamb should get double-digit targets. He gets double-digit targets almost every game. He averages 14.4 yards per reception. I think if we get to 6 catches for CeeDee Lamb, he eclipses the 90-yard mark. The line for him to catch 6 balls is minus 180. So plus money, 90 or more receiving yards. And for the final game, I think a lot of people are going to eat up Derrick Henry props. Be careful. In division, the Bengals know they got one job and one job only, and that's to stop the run game. I think that opens up the pass game. Give me Zay Flowers with 70 or more receiving yards. Cincinnati's pass defense is one of the worst. Them and the Cowboys are one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. And Zay Flowers, 6 of the 11 games this year, has had at least 70 yards. All 3 of those are plus money, but it's Turkey Day. Let's eat, boys.
So I had a question in the chat from Patrick. Wants to know, can he get a tax form for donating for buying a square? For donating if he buys a square, since it's benefiting the children? I don't know the answer on that one. I wanted to ask you before I put the answer out there on the chat.
So, yeah, we've looked into that, but for $10 or for $20, it's not worth the paperwork.
Okay, and we'll get you out here on this as you're trying to fill this up. And look, we've all 3 of us are very the city of Columbus, everyone who's listening is very thankful that we bumped into you, Your Highness, and you've and I want you to have continued success and popularity within our listening circle. Give me your prediction for the game. Ohio State is laying 10.
So, they should have never lost last year. And let me specify this real quick. So, my grandfather wrestled at the Ohio State University. And me and him were very close up until the day he died. I'm a diehard Michigan fan. If you can't tell, was the Charles Woodson, the greatest Ohio high school football player to come out of state, out of Fremont Little Giants there. So we never talked this week. I mean, we used to hang out, especially when I was a kid. We used to go out to dinners and do a lot of things. He used to pick me up after school a ton. We didn't talk this week.
Wait,
this was
Woodson?
hate week, and no.
That was grandpa.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
My grandfather was an Ohio State wrestler back in, the 60s or something like that. Was a 2-time Ohio State high school wrestling champion there out of Toledo. But anyway, so we didn't talk this week. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to invite me on the show this week. I'm glad it's not Friday. I don't have a prediction for the game.
All right.
My only prediction is that if Mr. Day, Mr. Jet Black Hair down there, loses again, they better win the Natty because I think his job's on the line.
All right, Highness. Hey, we appreciate your time.
You can't lose 5 in a row.
Thanks for hopping on with us. And WeWinUwin.com is where you go. Sign up for those squares and get those knocked out. And we will talk to you again next week on a more regular schedule. We'll do it then. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, my friend.
To each and every one of you there in the studio, and Bob, we don't know. Is he at the Woody? Is
he lied to me. I don't know. Who knows?
But Thanksgiving, to Bobby, you and your family, Tito and your family, and Brody, I guess we'll include you too. Luck of the Irish. To all the listeners, gobble, gobble. But enjoy Thanksgiving. Remember why we're doing this. Say thanks to everyone. You're blessed to be in this country. You're blessed to be in this state. You're blessed to be listening to the sounds of your Highness. All right. Take it care, baby. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
All right. There we go. That was your Highness. Always love talking to him. Come up next. We'll be joined by Austin Ward. We'll do that. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
Looking for Black Friday truck deals? Then head to Germain Toyota. Right now, the savings are straight up and the offers are real. Right now, drive home a 2025 Tacoma with 0% financing up to 48 months with every vehicle sold at MSRP and 20% down. No trade required, or step up to the power of a 2025 or 2026 Tundra. Also 0% financing for up to 72 months. No gimmicks, no games. MSRP pricing and 20% down. No trade needed. 0% Black Friday savings at Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
We'll get to Austin Ward here in just a minute. Bobby, we're going to play the Trestle video here shortly. I want to let you know, though, this may be surprising to you, but I actually got an email yesterday from Trestle.
Really?
Yep.
What did it say? It said, "Hey, Ice, happy Thanksgiving."
It said, Team Ohio, it's been a wonderful few months working as your lieutenant. Okay, so it's like like an email he sent to everybody who works for the state of Ohio. So it wasn't a personal one, but nonetheless, I did get an email from Lieutenant Governor Jim Trestle.
It said, "Listen, enjoy your bonus, the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the gift that keeps on giving all year long."
I wish we got that. Let's hear what Trestle had to say, though, about the
Wait, I thought we had Austin. I thought we had Austin coming up.
Austin's coming. We're going to play his quick video. Trestle's video is not going to take the whole segment. I want to get Trestle out here. We'll go along with Ward. No, Ward's going to go around.
How long do you know how long it is?
No, what the theater of the mind there, Bob. The surprises, we don't know. Do you think it's a long video?
You said it's a quick video. I have no idea.
That's the beauty
I haven't
of
listened
this.
to it.
Okay, listen. I promise you we will make sure Austin Ward gets all the time he's owed. I will go long on this segment if we have to before we get into what's got you juiced, Bob. But I want to make sure we play Trestle today. Here we go.
Rivalry game week. You know this is the game. So much fun playing in this game, coaching in this game. Even tougher in the big house. You know, we've all been a part of ones. Bobby had that tough injury, and James Laurinaitis came in and filled the bill, and unbelievable days up there. They're hard days. It's always tough to go up there. Our guys, I think, are ready to rock and roll. Not sure they've been as tested, and so I think a good fist fight in the big house is going to be just what the doctor ordered, and we've got to make sure we do all the things that it takes to win in this game. Got to win every play, win every situation, take good care of the football, get some takeaways, but make the big plays when they're needed. It's the best time of year, and I have to throw in a little shot here from my good folks from the Youngstown State Penguins. First round of the playoffs, playing against Yale. First time the Ivy League has ever been in the national playoffs, so it'll be Y against Y. Saturday at noon, same time our Buckeyes are taking on those Wolverines. It's a great day. Go Bucks, go Penguins.
There we go. That was Jim Trestle shamelessly promoting Youngstown State when we asked for Ohio State stuff, but it's okay, Bob.
Can they not schedule that at like 3:30? Give me the afternoon slot.
Right, yes.
I mean, that's a fail. That's a fail by the NCAA. What are we doing?
It should really be a night game on the Ivy League Network. Let's do this. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, that was me, Bodie.
I knew it was, yeah.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Austin Ward joins us now. Austin, I feel like I just saw you a few minutes ago, which I really did after that USC Seton Hall tilt in men's basketball last night. You said there was a bit of a different Ryan Day yesterday at the press conference, right?
There was, at least compared to the typical Tuesday Ryan Day press conference of the game, where he's been short with answers. He's been in a, laser-focused mood. He has seemingly tried to use those days the same way that we've seen him on Saturdays, where the knock and the criticism has been that he's trying to prove his toughness, prove a point in the game, erase any conversation about being born on third base or all the other things that have happened. And sometimes that's been to his detriment, and it's been out of character for him. And I thought Tuesday he was fully comfortable. I thought he was incredibly confident. He was using some words that he doesn't typically use in a press conference. So none of that is to say that it guarantees anything by Saturday, but it certainly feels like he has grown. Bob was talking about this on Monday as well, grown more comfortable with his approach, putting his own stamp on how to get ready to be the best version of himself, for Ohio State to be its best version of itself by following the routine and not trying to make too much of every single moment in the build-up to the game. There's going to be enough emotion naturally. Ryan Day compared that to nitrous fuel and a little fast and furious conversation, which I absolutely loved. on Tuesday. But I thought it was, if you're looking for signs and tea leaves to read as you build up to Saturday, I thought that was an encouraging one for Ohio State.
What were the tea leaves you were reading about the wide receiver position?
How did I know that we were going to discuss Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate?
I didn't ask about them. I asked about the wide receiver position. So maybe we're talking
wide receiver position, of course. Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham.
Yeah, I mean, all the other guys.
We have to loop them all together, Bob. You're right. I don't know really any specifics on why Mylan Graham didn't get the opportunity that I was anticipating on Saturday. Didn't play in the first half, did play in the second half. Ryan Day, called that about developing trust and consistent habits. Bryson Rogers, he had, dealt with injuries in the middle of the year. Quincy Porter, same deal, and he had played the week before and then was unavailable on Saturday. I know that I'm starting with, the guys who are not the biggest X factors for this game. I would be absolutely surprised, floored, stunned if Jeremiah Smith did not play on Saturday at noon in the Big House. I don't know that I would make as bold of a proclamation on Carnell Tate, but it feels very much like he's closer to getting back out there in uniform and contributing to the Buckeyes than he has been. Nothing Ryan Day says is ever by accident. He does not talk specifics about injuries. That's never going to change, but I believe that Carnell Tate was getting more involved on a limited basis in practice last week, and then Ryan Day said, which is the most he's revealed about Carnell, that both he and Jeremiah Smith will have physical and mental reps this week to get ready for Saturday. So, again, I think Jeremiah will play. I think it is trending towards Carnell being able to play as well, and that would be a huge deal for Ohio State. That goes without saying.
Austin Ward, he's one half of the podcast with Austin Ward and Jeremy Birmingham. And I'm curious, Austin, with the weather, it looks like it might snow. There's going to be some wind up there. Is Ohio State's offense weatherproof?
Is any offense weatherproof? I think the difference in this game, because we always put it in the prism, Tito, of, well, what does this mean if this is the worst weather that Julian Sayin has played in? What does that mean? Can you still throw, C.J. Stroud had to deal with this the first time he was up there, and he had the flu and had to play in a blizzard and threw for 400 yards, and that loss was not likely on him and should probably be stricken from the record books. But that's a digression from the point. I think it would be more detrimental to Michigan's offense, which is more one-dimensional, and then when it comes to the passing attack, relies on RPO and timing and reads in a way that maybe Ohio State could work around more easily and with more options. And the benefit for Ohio State and Julian Sayin is that they don't have to play against the Ohio State defense and Matt Patricia. So if the weather gets bad, I actually feel like that would be far more detrimental to Michigan, to Ohio State. But the old coaching cliche, as Jim Trestle would say, or Ryan Day would say now, is that the weather affects both teams, and whoever deals with it the best will win the game. And I think Ohio State's run game specifically has shown a lot of improvement over the last month. Can't say with any certainty how Julian Sayin is going to respond to cold, or if it snows and that forecast bumps up and the precipitation starts coming down. He has seen pretty good and fair weather conditions throughout this entirety of the year. Did have to throw in the rain for a stretch a couple weeks ago against UCLA, but that didn't seem to slow him down or faze him any. So if you have the full complement of players for Ohio State, I think they can attack any way they want, and I don't know that the weather would be as big of an issue for them as Michigan having to deal with both Matt Patricia and the weather would be.
Austin, do you think Ryan empties the proverbial playbook bag on Saturday?
Well, they're playing for hardware, Bob, and it's a talent-equated matchup, and it's a rivalry, and all those things.
Is it talent-equated?
It's as close as we've seen in a while. I don't think it is 1 through 85, the same across the board, particularly if Michigan winds up without its top two running backs. If they, I think that that really robs them of their biggest talent equated matchup. They've had an incredible knack for just breaking off big runs seemingly whenever they need that, both this season and in the last few editions of the game. But I think, Bob, that does he have to empty it entirely? Does he have to try and win by 50? I don't know that. Or does he want to win by 50, I should say? I don't think that that's true. I know that there are people, and there were years, if you think back to 2020 and the opportunity that got away from him and through largely through Michigan's own indiscretions, I would say, when they were 40-point underdogs. I think that version of Ryan Day would have wanted style points, would have wanted to win the rivalry by 100, would have wanted to prove a point. And he absolutely wants to win this game, get the losing streak over, add another piece to the resume for these players that haven't accomplished that or put on any gold pants yet. But I don't think he's going to do it in a way that, jeopardizes what would still be ahead of Ohio State. And you could say, well, it doesn't matter if they run everything, if they run up the score. I think he will try to win comfortably, but I don't know that he has to empty every single chamber in the barrel to do so. So I don't know if that's a good way of answering the question, Bob. I don't think that this is a game where he would, if the option is to get out of it 34-7 or try and find 2 late touchdowns or go for 2 because he couldn't go for 3. I don't know that that's actually something that he would do in this game, and that may seem antithetical to how competitive he is or fly in the face of what maybe many Ohio State fans want, with some true catharsis and like a bloodletting in the big house. But this is still a game that you simply have to win.
Is that what they need?
Yeah, yeah, something along that line. Someone's head on a spike. I know that deep down that's what Ryan Day wants, but he has done, I think, throughout this entire year and really dating back to the playoff run, he's consistently done what Ohio State needs more than what he might want personally. And I don't know that would change on Saturday.
Austin, we'll get you out here on this one. And when I know you're an unbiased reporter, but you've covered these guys and you've gotten to know them. Is there a player that you secretly hope has a big moment in this game? Like you hope this guy, nice guy who hasn't been talked about much, or somebody who has like I hate saying Biaka Batuka moment, but something like that though, where they have a game or a play that we're talking about for years.
Yeah, I think offensively, that person for me would probably be Captain Brandon Ennis. What he's done the last couple of weeks, I think, isn't even appreciated on the level that people can understand. He has walked out of the horseshoe both of the last 2 games absolutely covered in ice packs. He's beat up. He's banged up. Ohio State desperately needs him. Now, that may seem like a stretch. They could have won they put out a walk-on in David Adolph last week alongside him, and they won that game without much of a sweat and without even really trying to do much through the air. But when you're dealing with the injuries that Ohio State is at Jeremiah Smith and with Carnell Tate, and you still don't have any absolute certainty that they will be 100% no problems whatsoever, which nobody at this time of year is in that state anyway, in the Big Ten in the last week of the regular season. Brandon Ennis took some criticism in September because he wasn't being that productive as the third wide receiver, which they weren't throwing it to him. People questioned his separation, his athleticism. He's doing all the dirty work for Ohio State at that point as a blocker. He is not begging for the football. He's not upset that he's not getting as many targets as Jeremiah or Carnell. He understands his role, but he was a 5-star, top-ranked recruit himself at wide receiver. And if he gets a chance to make a big play, I bet a lot of money that he would deliver in the big house, and it would mean a lot to him because all these other things that I talked about just within the season, he could have left at any point. There were certainly plenty of offers to entice him into the transfer portal over the last couple of years, especially when Emeka Egbuka came back for another season and he had to wait a year longer than he would have anticipated. He's done all of that with a smile and willing to sacrifice for Ohio State, which is why he's a captain. So if he gets a chance like that, I would definitely feel good for him. And Caden Curry, who's made a ton of plays already this season. He should have had a touchdown in his senior day last week against Rutgers. I don't know why it wasn't reviewed, but I talked to him on the notebook just outside, outside the locker room last week with Berm, and I said, I can't believe they had that taken away from you. And he said, yeah, but all that means is that something better is coming. And if that he has to trade a touchdown in this last game in the Horseshoe for a big play in the big house, that seems like a pretty good deal.
Austin, thank you so much for the time, buddy, being patient with us today, and have a great Thanksgiving, and we will talk again next week, if not sooner.
Yeah, we'll see. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys, and enjoy the game on Saturday.
There he was. That was Austin Ward. Coming up next, we will tell you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Hey, you know that chronic pain, your knees, hip, back, shoulders, whatever joint it might be, it can make life feel impossible. But at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough treatment that's giving patients relief, some cases even within 1 day. It's called stem wave therapy. This device has been used for over 20 years in Europe, and it's made its way to the United States. And there's a groundswell of demand for the treatments because the patients are getting real relief from acute pain, and they're spreading the word. Here is the most interesting detail. The device is both a diagnostic and therapeutic, helping Dr. Ray Tesner and the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and then trigger your body's own natural healing response. StemWave uses the same technology as lithotripsy, the sound waves that penetrate, spark blood flow, and more cellular activity. That's exactly what you need to promote healing and relief. Wondering if this is a good solution for you or your pain? QC Kinetics is making it easy. Your first treatment is only $49. So call for a consultation and ask about the $49 treatment right here at 380-208-4544.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Bobby Carpenter, husband, father, Buckeye. Jeff Thitoff, husband, father, idiot. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Thank you to Austin Ward. Thank you to Your Highness for joining us. And thank you to Jim Trestle for sending that video as well. We appreciate that. The Lieutenant Governor, the former coach. And now we're going to tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, Bobby, it's Wednesday. You go first, my man.
Oh, what's got you juiced? A lot of stuff to talk to you about on my travels. We didn't really get into that today. Things went fairly smoothly for the most part. I had a great time over at the Alpaca Ford store in White Marsh outside of Baltimore. Did a great job talking to some of their team as they've done a terrific job this year and congratulating them and inspiring them off to great heights and even greater achievements next year. So excited to get a chance to do that. Got to do my XM show last night, and then got down here to Portsmouth, got a chance to enjoy it. I'm in, like, I would call it, for lack of a better term, Bodie, it's like the annex. It's a little, like, office area they built, a room they built between, like, the garage and the house. It, like, was part of the garage, and then they filled it in. So it's kind of climate controlled, not fully, but it has, like, the laundry room and everything in here. And so that room has an exterior door to it to go back into the house. When I walked out, I pulled the door shut, and that door is locked on the other side. So I've been trapped out here in the annex for the whole show. I mean, I can get back in the house, but I have to go through the garage, open the garage door, and then go back in the main house. And our breaks aren't long enough to be able to do all of that now. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this is all the water I have, and there won't be a restroom break unless I want to pee in the utility sink over here. And I'm going to try to refrain from doing that. A lot of fun. So that was good. And then also this, before we get to the David Goggins, I want to thank Trestle, Lieutenant Governor, obviously, like you said, for doing that. I sent him the text, and boom, fired right back immediately. But my guy, Ryan Vessler, who's the founder of Homage, they do a great job of doing T-shirt, apparel, and everything. And I don't know, it's maybe 10 years ago, they put a picture of Schleg's, AJ, and I on a T-shirt that was on the cover of USA Today from our media day and picture day back in 2005. And Vessler sent out an email to us asking if we wanted to bring it back and put together a new agreement and everything. It's like, absolutely. So I sent one to Schleg's. He was all in. And then I sent an email to Laura about it. And Vessler was like, he goes, I sent it to AJ. Thanks for getting the confirmation from Schleg's that he's good with it. And I go, well, Laura said it's good. I don't know if she's got POA from him. AJ will probably never respond to your email. So we have to go through Laura, and she is good to go. And all the proceeds from that, the NIL, if you will, our royalties will be going to the Buckeye Cruise. So a big thanks to Homage and Ryan Vessler. We're going to put together and maybe even recreate the picture. They're going to work on doing something with it. So pretty excited for all of that here on this Drinksgiving Eve. And listen, folks, you got a lot to be thankful for. You got your family. Hopefully, if you've got your health, there's plenty in this great country that we live in. While not perfect, have an awesome opportunity to be a part of it. Great football will be being played this weekend. Excited for all of that. So listen, get together, give thanks. Looking forward to talking to you on Friday. And hey, why don't we fire up a little David Goggins, Boats?
Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. Build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your demons. You were able to hear all your past traumas. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays.
What's Schleg's got to say?
Make them play you. Make them just have to freaking play you, man. Like, that's the mentality. You have to play me. I beat the blank out of this dude all day. Yeah, I messed up on a couple of things, but I'm gonna take his manhood and play that guy. That's what you want to see. Do your job, win your one-on-one, and be kind of nasty. Be nasty.
Beat the blank out of that dude. Schleg's was his own dump button on that one, Tito. What's got me juiced today, guys? It's a Friday for me because I won't be here on Friday.
Yeah,
so just about that. Be back with you guys on Monday after a great, I would say, weekend, but frankly, just several days worth of football. Always very thankful to that I got the opportunity to replace Shark and do this show with you guys every morning. That alarm goes off every day. And for about 5 seconds, I think, I can't do this anymore. And then I realize I get to go work with Tito and Bobby Carpenter. So I'm going to get myself out of bed. I'm going to drag myself to that front door, put shoes on, and walk out the door. So very thankful for that. Very thankful to get to spend some time with family here over the next couple days and whatnot. Very well said what you said there a second ago, Carp. Just things aren't always perfect in life, but you got to take the opportunity to be thankful. And Thanksgiving, obviously, a very good time for that. Last but certainly not least, Tito, I'm very thankful that on a October day, about 3 years or so ago, on the day that we lost to a very bad Stanford team, our beloved Jeremiah Love said, I don't care. I want to play for Coach Freeman and the Irish. And so he's going to put a bow on his, hopefully, my heart, hopeful Heisman campaign Saturday night when the Irish take on the Stanford Cardinals. That's all got me juiced today. Tito, what you got for us?
Yeah, well said by you, Bob and Bodie. Yeah, I consider myself very fortunate to be in here with you guys each and every day. It's a blessing. It is. I love the interaction with the people on chat that show a lot of love for the show as well. But I do not take any of this for granted. And you guys make it great. I love working with both of you as well. Thanksgiving. Have fun, be safe, but cherish the times. I remember growing up when we would go to my grandparents' house up in Van Wert, and there'd be like 40 of us in a one-bedroom house, and they were all smoking, so it was obviously a very disgusting atmosphere, but I don't remember that part of it. I just remember like how much love and fun there was in those moments. And so we could never have it again because of the fact my grandparents passed away and people don't smoke as much anymore. But anyway, what I'm saying, though, is that I hope...
We can make smoking great again, though. Let's bring it back.
MSGA, that's right. We could do that. But yeah, so I hope everyone has those kinds of memories and can make those kinds of memories tomorrow. And Bobby, I can't wait for Friday to do this show with you. You can lie to me again about your location. That's okay. I'll probably fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. But I'm looking very much forward to discussing the Ohio State-Michigan game on Friday with you. And Bodie, enjoy your time off. Well deserved, my friend. All the chatters, we appreciate you. Thank you. And sticking with us and all this. We'll have a banger of a show on Friday. And really, I don't care what happens on Thursday in the NFL. I do care, but I don't care, Bodie, because it'll be all Ohio State, Michigan, I'm sure, most of that day on Friday. We'll do that. We'll have AJ on Friday as well, I hope. Anyway, thank you so much, Juicers. We'll talk to you next time. Happy Thanksgiving.